It's Rick from 28mm RPG, and today we have Phil the Thrill.
Yo.
And of course, first time being on my channel, anyways, is Adam.
Hey.
And we are all part of the RPG Crusade in 4D. Only in 4D.
I hope you have your glasses.
Because your eyes will be popping and your brains would be snapping, and you'll be losing your hair from the radioactivity.
That's what happened.
All right, so we're going for the first Shadow of the Stars in a long time, which will be a continuous series. I don't know. Could it be? Could we do that? What are we going to do for this? Are we going to do, one shots, just one-off one shots, or a continuation kind of thing where we introduce more characters as we go along?
Yeah, I like the idea of I don't know if this kind of birthed off of that other idea we had about having a space station. Is that
right?
This? Yeah, so we kind of had the idea of like one or few shots and then kind of like a series of short vignettes in this kind of bigger tapestry, which I think is cool.
Okay.
Where you could exchange characters and stuff. Yeah.
What do you think of that, Adam?
Yeah, I like that. Take a couple sessions to ground us. A little extended pilot.
It's it tends to be whenever it's in my sessions, we get a lot of talk back and forth, and we start to get those creative kind of it getting into the character skin kind of things for just a tiny just a bit, and kind of get your toes in there and get you going, and then I'll shove some sort of monster in there to eat your faces or something.
Smart.
Just when you start getting used to
My face.
Yeah. But okay. All right. So you guys were talking about, here's something about particle collection.
Yeah, I had this idea,
holes.
only a quarter inspired by an AI idea. I would say I like talk to AI, and then I say, okay, well, everything you're saying is trash. How about this? That's typically how I use AI.
Okay.
But basically, like, I wanted to do some kind of national treasure sort of story where it was like Nick Cage.
Okay.
But in space.
Okay.
And then I was like, and that kind of evolved into this idea of being like scientists at a black hole, and where we figured out a way to harvest these particles or radiations coming off the black hole.
Are you thinking about, like when they used to show those kind of concept art drawings of black holes that would show sometimes that little jet being emitted, transmitted out from the black hole? You ever recall seeing that in any science? Are you thinking something like that, where it just volcanoes out and shoots this jet out from the center of the black hole? It does a.
So you're saying like it's like an event that occurs where you collect it.
Maybe it's something like somebody's timing this kind of thing, and you think that you can go ahead, and if we range some sort of net going out, flails out at the target, at the apex point of this black hole,
net around,
and you're wondering, you're wondering if you're going to survive the beam coming at the ship,
right?
Or is the plan going to be like, have the thing designed, or maybe we could role play how to design that or something. Or
that's an interesting idea, because I'm an idiot, so I don't know if I could role play that portion. Maybe I could.
I'm sure you'll be surrounded by a lot of knowledgeable NPCs that could.
Yeah. I started trying to, just a little bit off topic, I started trying to mine AI for like technobabble. It's also not very good
Oh.
at that. It's not good at really anything. That's kind of what I'm realizing. I'm about to have a personal Butlerian jihad on AI in my life, I think.
Ah.
We'll see.
Well,
We'll see.
maybe it's in the method that you're asking.
I'm sure
Sometimes you have to give it an example of what you're pulling. Like give it an example, the format that you want it to lay out. Give it an example, a few of the technobabble words you're thinking of, and then it might proceed that way to take your example even further. So
okay.
yeah,
So
try
not a
something
Butlerian
like that.
jihad, maybe.
I do a lot of AI stuff, so maybe I should do updates on stuff that I've discovered.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be handy. That'd be a cool. That's something that no one's doing around here, around this corner.
Around this corner.
Yeah. Around this 4D corner.
I mean, we're doing like tons of AI art and
yeah, we use art a lot, but no one makes a video about it.
Yeah, I did have a piece that I did not include on my explanation on how to do a improv notebook.
Yeah, I remember that.
Did you see that?
That was good.
I love that video actually.
That was really good.
I did show how to use Aria, the one in the AI that's in what's it called? Opera? Yeah, Opera.
Yeah, Opera.
Yeah, and I show an example of how to do that. So on your Opera browser, you'll have a little icon on the top of your left-hand side.
Okay.
So you'll see the opera symbol, then a house symbol, then a star, and then a big long space, and then it'll start showing you all these little app icons. And one of the very top one will be the Aria. Okay. And you just click on that and start asking it a question, and it works pretty good. So
space jargon that Nick Cage would say.
Space, yeah, or whatever, yeah. List a bunch of them in your improv book, and away you go.
Phil, that was I had to do it. I had to Google Neil deGrasse Tyson and all these guys on just refresh my knowledge of black holes. And you were on the money. I don't know if you've studied black holes in your past, but you nailed it.
All I said was event horizon, and there's time distortion.
I don't know how much a hard science traveler is. I don't know if that's something that we figure out at session 0. Is there a range of how hard science it goes? Well, or is there an established lore, feel to it?
There's a couple. There's already an established traveler universe and everything that they have a big map. They have a map on a. you can look it up on a website. You can also print all the maps easily, for a PDF, make PDFs out of them. So there's that. I use part of that sometimes for my traveler games, just so I have something right there, right now, and I know the worlds. I can look at them and know what the world means, what the planet size, all that stuff, and. But it's fairly easy for me to go ahead and pick a planet off of there and go, boom, you're here. Okay, we'll find out what it is. Oh, okay, now I have an idea for you.
I'm down for using that. I think it was a hex, wasn't it? Was it hex map?
Yeah. But
there's also that thing that you have.
There's also this here, and this is the. This is more like a.
Okay.
If you've heard of Hostile, Zoser games, Hostile.
No.
Okay, so Hostile is this book here. I guess we can go ahead and do this for a sec. So Hostile, it's kind of based off of Aliens back there. So it's basically taking mega corporations that would possibly take over space in the near future, and they create this whole kind of dystopic kind of universe here, which is based off of the alien lore. So they have a few companies that kind of almost sound the same as the alien, you know, in their lore.
Wayland Dutani.
Yeah. So they have a different name for that,
Yeah.
and you know, all the worlds are kind of divvied out to different areas. So you have the Japanese sector. The let me go ahead and add it to the uh, chat here. So you have the Japanese sector, Euro sector, American sector, Outer Rim, Frontier. We don't know. We can make up whatever names you want for these, but a lot of these are based off of real world, what we see out in the universe.
Oh, interesting.
If we're looking to make maybe something that's maybe Earth relatable kind of content, but you know, more interstellar-y kind of stuff, I guess. You know, that could be a thing. But yeah, Traveler itself, the game system, that would be, you know, this guy here. Yeah, it definitely has its own set of maps and everything, and it's got a way for you to generate your own sectors and stuff as well, so you don't have to have you know, something that's hooked up to any lore. It's totally fine. We can make up our own stuff. We can make up our own if we decide we're going to put in, you know, battle mechs from BattleTech. That's so easy to do in this. You know, it's no problem. You know, I have no problem running something like that out of this, even on the fly. Almost.
Yeah.
You know, it's such an easy system to use.
I'm just gonna 4D the battle mech.
4D the whole thing. Well, you know what the basic weapons are on a battle mech. The only thing you have to worry about is how much damage it's doing to a battle mech. Whatever person's in your way is going to be vaporized anyway. So, what's the sense in keeping hit points on that, right?
Sure.
Yep.
I'm just kind of going back to this cool idea Phil had, and get my piece in before I forget.
Yep.
When you were talking about like how to get whatever particles from the black hole, we were just spitballing, and then I thought it would be cool because you said, you know, the idea that the black hole can be a risk to throw you off course or off in space or time even. So I thought it would be like and I'm like, well, we could drop stuff or like catch stuff, same idea, but it feels like it'd be more fun if it was like if we skimmed, like if we, I don't know if again how hard science traveler is, and if we don't want to break, if there's rules,
we make it whatever science we want it to be. So,
but I thought it could be cool if we could like, you know, fast travel light so that our course is right on the event horizon. So we skim, you know, we're like black hole skimmers, and we skim the radiation off.
Okay.
And if we don't get that just right, then that's where the problems come. I thought that was a cool, you know, action sort of oriented way of collecting the radiation.
So that would be cool. I also liked your idea of where our ship, part of our ship, the collector area, is experiencing time a lot slower than us or something.
Yeah.
So after you said that, I was imagining like this ship that's like maybe like a mile long or like super long, so that it like dips into the thing, and then like the people that are behind the airlock have gone through like a decade, like over the course of a week for us,
right?
And so when they open the door, there's like, Bob didn't make it. It's like, what? Like,
right.
He cheated at a poker game and I murdered him or something, you know. I'm actually a killer.
Like, and we don't get any. We can't get information from there because they're behind the event horizon.
Yeah, they just have the like 10 years worth of logs.
We just reel them back in.
To investigate this weird murder that happened or something.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because who knows what the fuck just happened? Or like someone's got like a 5-year-old kid they're walking out with. Something crazy.
They've already had kids and generations all in the airlock.
There's just so much potential
yeah.
there for like weird shit to come out when the collecting is done.
Yes, like a time capsule.
Yeah. I ate 3 of those people to live.
Why did you do
So I'm glad to be back in civilization again, but I am a cannibal now.
Yikes.
So I thought that was cool.
Okay.
And that'd be a good
Okay.
option. I don't know. If
Okay.
you want to do like a horror game, it certainly has legs. Or we could be the ones
Yeah, that go down.
that are in there, and then like some crazy shit happens, and then we come out. I don't know.
I
You
didn't
could
want
do
to
a lot
like.
of time skipping if you wanted.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a way that didn't like break, like hurt too many people. Like, cause you really can't, when you think about it, do a lot of this stuff. You can't hang out near a black hole. It doesn't make any sense. I don't. Again, it's a sci-fi. I don't
Unless
know
you're
where
doing
in
a
the hard science
psychological
it
thing,
lies. But
right?
like, so that's when I thought maybe the skimming would work better, because you're just, if we concede that there is FTL, then you can sort of, okay, we'll just skim by it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can. Otherwise, do we have to worry about fuel and how many jumps there are? I don't know how that plays into the game.
You want to have a world where you're just basically warp driving everywhere, kind of like pseudo Star Trekian kind of stuff.
It was a big deal in the Horizon game, so I thought that. I don't know. Were you you weren't playing Traveler for Horizon, were you?
No.
No, I was EZD6.
The fuel was a big. I haven't watched every episode, but I remember the fuel being a big part of it.
We were out of fuel for almost half the game. Felt like, or we were like 1 unit away from. But yeah. So that was the idea. I don't know if you want to do. And the other cool thing about working around a black hole is, like you said, like some crazy event could happen, and all of a sudden we're back in time, or we're forward in time, or
all kinds
somewhere
of
we're
things
in
could
some other
happen.
place in space, you know. And then I thought another cool potential conflict is, because this stuff is so hard to get, you could have it like contained in a small location, and then it's like the most valuable cubic foot of cargo in the universe. You know what I mean? Or like, so now you have like pirates trying to poach you as you're leaving the black hole, or something like that. There's some consideration you would want for how to get out after you are done.
Okay.
Certainly makes it more valuable if it requires like crew to live 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, locked away.
Go through the struggles. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
With only a little bit amount of cannibalism going on. Not too much.
All right. So our tech, we're going to have warp drives in. Warp style drives, correct?
Yep.
I think so. This could be like the precursor to warp. This could be like the technology that's needed. Like maybe you need
stutter drive kind of thing, eh?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
I don't mind like expanse level technology. You know what I'm saying? If you do that, but then you have to get to a black hole somehow. So I don't know how.
Yeah, or you know, some sort of, you know, whatever that was.
Yeah,
you know,
it's just like fuel and
holes everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think warp drives for sure.
Okay.
I don't hate skimming. I think that's a cool idea. I don't know what that looks like for.
Are we going to be near Earth or fuck Earth? It's it's forgotten in the background.
The space station works for me. That could be our home.
Space station. Okay.
I think that I liked the realistic star map you showed. So I think Earth should be, if not Earth, then like the Sol system should be a factor. But we're at a black hole, so we're not really in the Sol sector.
So yeah, they indicate Sol as this right here in the middle where it says core worlds.
Yeah.
On this one. So
I was saying we're probably over in the frontier somewhere.
Yeah.
In this premise. I'm not married to the premise.
Right. Same.
Cool.
Goes without saying, right?
Yeah. Is there any themes that you're interested in, Rick?
You know, I'm not particular in like for me the theme and all that stuff. That's for you guys to enjoy. Okay, so I'm not particular on like any kind of sci-fi I enjoy.
Yeah.
So just as long as I have the particulars and I lock down, you know, the certain things that I should know about whatever, you know, if we're going for if we're going for Dune, I gotta know that those you know, those suits will make lasers explode, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, like that would have been, you know, otherwise you guys would have been ended in that first session, right in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, I know what you're talking.
but if
Was
we're
that
gonna go,
Shadows? That was this.
no, that was one that we just made up just for the heck of it. It was
That was
kind
the
of an
heist one.
idea. You guys were doing a heist on a ship, yeah.
Okay.
Going all gung ho.
Another thing we could do is maybe we're the pirates trying to steal the black hole stuff from an active research ship.
Okay.
Just throw that out there. Like, it's a lot of people around this research ship that we could, or maybe we're protected or protection for the researchers, protecting from pirates. I don't know. Do any of those interest you, or do you want to be a scientist?
At the moment, I'm leaning towards scientist, but
I have no problem. I have no problem playing both at the same time. I have no problems with split party ideas.
So you're saying I would be the pirate and Adam would be the scientist? Is that what you're suggesting?
It could happen, you know, if you really, you know.
Interesting. Yeah. And then some, maybe we both get caught up in like a crazy anomaly.
And then we're just trying to get back home.
Yeah, or I just kill you and steal
Sure. Like all kinds of different things we could. I mean, you guys could also belong to the same crew, but have different agendas too. You know, that's could be a thing as well. You know.
Okay.
It's all up to you guys. I mean, you can come to me with your little, you know, ideas, you know, after the show.
I got a lot of little ideas.
You know. You guys always come at me, you know, secret messaging me. Oh, I'm thinking about doing this. Growing mushrooms on the no.
I want to eat Adam's character. If I didn't drop that hint enough, I'm wanting to eat him.
Cannibalism in big black letters. Okay,
let's just stick with if Rick is forfeiting his rights to deciding the premise.
No, okay. So the only thing that I am concentrating on, and this is in order for us to in betterment enrich our 4D-ness, is what I'm aiming for as a game master in this part. It is going for a balance in descriptions. So what I'm gonna propose is that I will give a basic description of the vicinity basically for you, and you guys have an idea off of my descriptions in order to go along with. If I'm giving you a description of a bridge of a ship, and you guys are suddenly churning up all these neat ideas, you know, in your head, like, you know, you're thinking how the screens are going to look and how the seats are going to look and everything. I want you guys to express that kind of coolness about the ship. If you have some ideas of, you know, like, say for example, you're imagining, I'm imagining these seats that come down and bring you down up into the cockpits and stuff like that, you know, stuff like that, like almost like a, you know, a theme park ride, you know, how you get loaded into stuff. You guys carry on that kind of stuff. I'll give you basic description. You guys enrich it a bit, and as you guys go through, you guys are both kind of feeding off of that, you know, your descriptions. So definitely listen to each other, because I'm going to go ahead and beef it up every time that we come around and I do the NPCs and maybe describe more. Take what you guys are describing and keeping on going with it. So,
Okay.
but
So
still
you're
being
kind
in context. But I want to try this where I'm kind of giving you like a sketch of what you're seeing, and I want you guys to color it in. Basically, I'm giving you a coloring book, if you can imagine that. Okay, so I just sketch in the lines, and then you guys give it more color and stuff. Kind of that kind of aspect. You guys kind of digging what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
that's cool.
yes.
Okay. And I think
So
that
very
might,
good.
yeah, I think that might help as an example. See whether or not we could, chop back a little bit of exposition a little bit more and kind of keep everything into the player's ball court as far as how they imagine things. And I'll go with what you're imagining. Okay.
Cool.
So those are my goals for that's the only thing that I am looking for in this is to kind of master that kind of aspect myself. So I'm going to be, that's the reason why I'm saying this is all you guys to basically take my sketch and keep on going with it. Okay.
Sounds good.
If I just, yeah, if I do need to describe something that is kind of important, that you get the gist of the whole concept before you run into some conclusions, I'll have a picture. So I'll show you a picture if it needs to be visualized in a way that that needs to be what I'm thinking.
Got you.
Cool.
Just kind of, I know you talked about wondering what we were going to work on as players. I guess that's what you're talking about working on. For me, I think I'm going to work on this discussion that you commented as like a Jungian discussion with
Okay.
Max the other day. So I'm going to be focusing on trying to be someone who's not me.
Cool.
I'm going to play not me in this game as best as I can.
Right on. It's a good challenge. Okay.
Cannibalist then should be easy.
Well, I said not me.
Well, that Jungian philosophy thing. It's
I guess that,
getting in contact with your dark sides, right?
I guess the point of Jungian is that it's all you.
Right? Exactly, and you're just trying to balance yourself, and doing role play kind of acts as a kind of a balancing mechanism, because you can play out these dark kind of things in your head about being a bad guy or whatever, but yet you're not hurting anything because we're using our imaginations in this whole thing, right? So
yeah, exactly. But basically, I'm more trying what Mr. Max said that he enjoys the most out of role playing. I'm trying to embrace that more with my recent games.
Cool. Yeah, that was super awesome. That was a super awesome talk you had with him. I was right into it.
I agree. I'm really enjoying. That's kind of like. I know you said this before. You liked the thrilling table, but I'm really enjoying the toys right now. The Tear Off Your Skin with Max.
Cool.
Crispy's all busy. I'm just trying to be fun. But anyways, I'm really enjoying our next Tear Off Your Skin. Jeff, definitely check it out, y'all. Me and Max are excited.
Yep.
Anyways, this game.
All right, Adam, you got some goals for yourself?
I got a lot. I'm working on a lot. I'm still new, but I think playing with you guys, especially playing with Rick or Phil, I think I need to work, or would like to work on having the back and forth banter conversation more natural. Because like I'm in my head, I'm in a turn mode, so then it's like I have to really flip the switch to get in the conversation mode. So I think I'm going to focus on that more.
Well, 3 people is the way to do it with the GM and 2 players.
Mm-hmm. it is, if we had one more, it would give it enough air for when you come back to your turn in the circle, that you can think of something. Um, there was something that I mentioned on one of my other just recent videos. One that when Spencer took over, he was basically playing a character which was a thief, and then I gave him a job to do. Okay, so I gave him the outline, the gist of supposed to steal an item, blah blah blah. He's got really huge stealth skills. So we're playing Traveler. And I'm like, then he's going to go into this museum to steal this item. At middle of the day, he decides that he's going to go, do this, kind of do a heist. He's got he ended up buying a face mask that gives him like a digital re-representation of a face, kind of like futuristic kind of thing, right? And
like now Mission Impossible face.
Yeah. So now he's trying to figure out how he's going to do it. He's got guards. He shows up. There's guards at either entryway. There's 2 entryways into this museum. And he was at an impasse. I started having kids playing around in the area. A little, you get the 12-year-old that runs into the rooms and stuff and, is hiding from his sibling or something like that, right? So it was giving him kind of possibly, give a kid some money and make a distraction or something like that. I was trying to give him all kinds of things to play with, but he was like at an impasse at how he was going to go up and steal it. He just ended up finally going right up to it, smashing it, grabbing the item and booting it, right?
Yeah.
So, and then using the face thing to trip people out, right? So that was basically it. But I always say if you're going to play a role, thief, for example, then, maybe spend some time watching a few cool movies with some thieves in it, like Runaway, or Lassiter, or that character from back in the 80s, Tom Selleck played. All the Bond movies, stuff like that. See how they pull off a heist. There's a lot of sleight of hand, distraction. So it was like try to lead to him that there's you don't have to face all these things. As a thief, your idea is to sneak in and distract people away from your location.
My favorite show for that is Burn Notice. If anyone has ever not watched Burn Notice, it's probably the best thing to get ideas if you want to be like a spy or like do like trickery. It's so many good moves. There's just one move I used in a game where it's like you call the pizza delivery to the bad guy's hideout, right? And then they like drive up and you're like, no, you passed it, back up, I see you. And then you're just like making the car go back and forth in front of the and then, like all the guards start like noticing. It's like, no, go down to the parking lot. And he drives to the parking lot and like 5 guys go and go talk to him.
Perfect.
I was like,
it is hard to find a game master to go ahead and carry that on through a game. That's
exactly, because especially in a 2D game, if I may crap on people for a little bit, they don't like it when you come up with cool ideas. They do not like that you solved it. Yeah. So they'll just say, yeah, you got rid of 2 guards, but there's still 9 more. They're staring at you. I'm like, okay, never mind.
Just, please, just give me the win.
Just tell me what to do. Just tell me what to fucking do. Excuse me.
So yeah, if you're looking for ideas of how to, get into character a bit more, depending on what you roll, that's an idea. Another idea is take a movie star idea. Take one of your favorite actors in a, okay, I'm going to play Tom Hanks as a scientist on this ship. So what? And then I'm trying to always visualize that. Visualize the character. Maybe he's playing, maybe the dude off of, one with Wilson where he's a shipwreck guy.
Castaway.
Yeah,
Castaway.
Castaway, right? Maybe he's playing that character in being kind of a recluse. He was recently abandoned in space. He comes back, and now he's got to acclimate his and he's got a ball with him called Wilson. Takes around with him. He stores it in his stateroom all the time. You can play off of stuff like that. You've already got something that you've got imagined, and you just twist it a bit. Those sorts of things. So there's different ways to get different kinds of odd kind of character ideas for your character to kind of play it out. And if everybody knows what that character kind of looks like, and you got a picture of them on the side, I can always reflect on that and go, oh yeah, you're that guy, which is nice.
Yeah. So I should get a picture of Tom Hanks. I'm gonna go. He's the full beard one. He's gonna have the full beard and like, I've been collecting particles for 10 years. This is Wilson.
He's my space helmet with the face drawn on it.
Space helmet. Yeah. I've been talking to my spacesuit for 10 years.
All right.
It's good.
Okay.
I think that I might like to. I don't know if you wanted to do this here, but are we going to do some life paths?
Yeah, we can do that.
Let's do life paths. That'll probably help us figure out our premise a little better.
Sure. I mean, you could always, aim for what you're doing in life path, and one other thing I was
until you get drafted or something, go to prison.
Yeah, I mean that can happen, but you get some great characters in prison too.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Now let me see. Oh, one thing I did this with Spencer once, and let me go ahead and kind of give you a look here. So you know how we have these tables here under it says personal development, service skills, advanced education, all that kind of stuff, right? So when you go through each of your terms, you decide on which chart you want to roll on.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I just say pick one from the column that you want, from the columns that you are allowed to pick from. Alrighty. Instead of rolling for that particular thing, that way you can kind of target your skills a little bit. You're still at the whim of all the mishaps and events and all that kind of stuff. But
Adam, do you have a copy of Traveler? Do you have a copy of Traveler?
I do. It was in the Discord, so I grabbed a PDF. Thanks.
Good.
I've never done the life path though. I'm sure you guys have done it a few times. You seem pretty confident
we
you could get it done.
we can run you through it real easy.
Okay.
I used to just run it in my free time at once, just to see what I would get.
For real, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Then you get the good ones. You're like, oh man. Oh well, I'm moving on now. Life is over.
Okay. Yeah, if you want, go ahead and roll your 6 pairs of dice. And
I'm gonna roll in Discord so everyone can see.
Okay, is it 2 dice?
2d6.
Yeah. Okay.
It's all d6s.
Do you have don't suppose, I probably should ask you this earlier. Do you have a sweet character sheet for this, Rick?
A sweet character sheet. Let's see.
I can just write it out.
I'm not sure if I have a form fillable one. Let me check. I might have a form fillable one. I'll have to double.
I've used the internet before. I could probably use it again.
I do have some of my own sheets that I've made, so but I have to look around for them, see if they would work. If they are the form fillable ones, so
2022 character sheet. Boom. But you're not form fillable, are you? Fully editable now.
Yeah. Should be.
Okay.
I find their character sheets are kind of like they're just too busy.
They are
I like
quite
something
busy.
a little bit more simple.
Might switch it out later. Okay.
Hey, you guys are die rolling on the dice roller here.
I will.
I put a little. There's a button now. I put in dice roller. If you wanted to use that.
Oh,
I just
cool.
rolled. I rolled pretty good. Well.
So yeah, 7, 8, 11, 10, 8, and a 3. Feel free to put them in any order that you want, or you can, do it strength, dex, endurance, intelligence, education, and
should we address the chat?
Shall we? Are they addressing us? Holy crumb! So many questions. So many questions. All right. All right, you guys get all set and start rolling up those stats, and I'll go through all this.
Do you get to pick where your stats go, or are we going down the line here?
Go. I mean, challenge yourself if you want to go down the line. I'm okay if you put them anywhere that you want. It's cool.
All right, I'm putting.
Just make the character you want to play.
Because I want to be a scientist, or not. We'll see. Some good old normal rolls. There we go. Now I'm interesting.
How are you doing there, Phil? You doing okay? Captain Conway wants to know.
Yes, thanks for asking.
And Adam, you doing okay?
I'm doing great.
Are you really doing great? That's good. I'm doing fine. I'm just doing awesome over here. And,
the problem is that if I roll down the line, first of all, I roll all average trash from 6 to 8, except I have 1 3, and it would be an intellect.
We're going with Traveler. So yeah, this edition. There you go. Which is pretty much the same as the last edition.
That's okay. I can be the dumb one.
Did you go straight down the line?
Yeah, I am. But you don't have to. Don't feel pressured or anything, Adam.
It doesn't work out too bad. I'm just switching 2 numbers. So if I'm only going to switch 2 numbers, I might as well go straight down the line, right?
I mean, if you think so. I'm going to be psychic, basically, at the end.
Right. Oh, no. Not another psychic.
All right, so I got my stats there. And then we move on. And then we move on. Calculate dice modifiers. I think my intellect with a 3 is -1, right?
Are you a scientist with 3 intellect?
Yeah. I may not be a scientist.
That's good.
And that's okay.
We don't both have to be them.
That's right. One of us has to be something.
Someone's got to press the buttons.
Somebody's got to age for 10 years. Oh, that's right on that -1 border.
So everybody's talking about Starfire and warp points. Okay.
Those are as pop culture.
They're having ideas of how they like to do their ships and stuff like that. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's for the big boys in their big boy pants.
I put my big boy pants on.
Down the line.
I might end up being that pirate we talked about. The cannibal. All right. So there's that. Do I go straight into my life path now? I forgot.
The first thing you do is you start with your background by choosing your
planet.
background skills. So that's basically your education score, bonus with +3.
Okay, my edu is going to be 0 plus 3. That's 3.
3
These
education.
days.
And the background skills, let's see, that is on page
9.
It's on page 9 for me. Okay. Well, I'm going to take vac suit.
Okay. And Adam, you are familiar with levels, like the level of skills in Traveler?
I read through it. Yeah, you start at 0
Okay.
and then
Okay.
go from there.
So 0, just to put in perspective, if you have a gun combat of 0, you should be able to know what your brand of gun is, what your favorite brand of gun is. You should know pretty much a lot about guns and general, gun maintenance, that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you have no skill at all, then it's always a -3. Okay.
Okay.
And yeah, so most of the time you're aiming for an 8 as being your target number in Traveler. Okay. In more difficult circumstances, it'll be a 10 or higher. But usually, if you have no pressure on you, it's going to be either a 6 or higher or 4 or higher. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't do a -2, -1, or anything like that. It's just a -3, unless you have the skill known as
Jack of
what
all
is it
trades.
called?
It's Jack of all trades, maybe?
Jack of all trades. Yeah, that's the only way you can get that number down.
Okay, I've chosen vac suit 0, athletics 0, mechanics 0.
I went electronics, mechanic, and science.
Nice.
Cool.
All right, and then we're going to home world, right? Isn't that a thing? Oh no, that is supposedly my home world.
Yeah, homeworlds, might have some form of let's see, bonus to them. Where are the homeworlds?
I don't think home world. I think you just kind of decide after you pick your background.
Yeah,
skill.
I thought they were. Yeah, I thought they had a general.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
It's basically concept stuff.
Yeah.
Then you use the background skills to kind of shape your home world. Okay, so we're in careers now. Do you not have any good
Well, it's pre-career, so it's before you start on your. Do you want to go for any form of education? So there's
right.
2 different kinds of education you can pick from. One is university. The other one's a military academy. It's optional.
I want to try to go to the Naval Academy, I think.
Military academy. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in the schmeducation camp.
You're going for university.
No, instead of education, I'm going to be going schmeducation. So I'm not going to
Education. Ah.
I'm not
For
going to
you.
take education. I'll have a pre-career.
In the school
Training.
of hard knocks.
Yeah,
Alrighty. If you're going for military academy, your entry, you got to basically decide what you're going to enter into. It's Army, Marines, Navy. So if you're going for Army, you need a 7 or higher with the endurance as your modifier. Marines, you're going to need 8 or higher with your endurance as a modifier. And Navy is 8 or higher to qualify, and your intelligence is the modifier on that.
I got my eye on being an engineer, so I'm gonna see if I can make it in the Naval Academy. Into
Yeah.
the Naval Academy.
Good luck.
Okay, cool.
I got a +1,
Oh,
so I'm gonna roll
Okay,
2d6, right?
2d6, and you need an 8 or higher, and you get your +1.
come on, baby.
Oh,
yeah.
Beautiful.
You get the super
And
roll.
flying colors.
What do I win? Do I win any extra
think you're-
points?
No, that's the graduation roll.
You gain
Extra
all the
points.
service skills of the military career. If the academy is tied, yeah, you've got everything on here. So let's see.
Doogie Howser.
Well, you gain
Find
the
the-
service skills,
Navy.
and then you try to graduate.
All right.
All right.
So
So
when do you do your pre-career event? It's before graduating, I think.
I'm just I'm just going through everything. I'm just going through the entry, then
Yeah,
the
go for it,
skills,
go for it.
then the
Sorry.
graduation.
Yeah.
All these skills, or I pick one?
So you get the service skills, which is pilot, vac suit, athletics, gunner, mechanic, and gun combat. And those are all rated at 0. So you're totally trained in them.
And
you
it
just,
doesn't stack. Does it stack on my basic? The stuff I already know.
yeah, it will stack. So if you're already got a 0, go ahead and give yourself a 1. That's fine.
That's just Rick being nice.
Well, I don't want to
Just
just.
a nice guy.
I want to play by the
That's-
rules. Is that the? I want to play raw.
That would not be
Let's do
the
it raw.
rules.
Raw.
Let's do it
Rules
raw.
as written.
Just
I gotta
Rick
learn.
being
I'm here to
being.
You know,
learn
the
game,
thing
you know?
is, if you put in too much random in it, sometimes your characters come up really weird with a bunch of useless skills.
Yeah.
So
Be
you
like-
have to,
Yeah.
then you'd have to adapt to your character. So then you're playing that character, right? As whatever he knows.
Yeah.
Sometimes that could be a little weird when you're expecting to want to play a certain kind of thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I want to give you guys at least, you make the roll, pick the skill you want. It's
We
as long as it's-
we play 4D. We don't care about the rules.
yeah, we're not so
Yeah.
picky about things. We want to play the game we want to play.
You're still capped at like 4, like at creation, so doesn't really matter.
What'd you get?
Alrighty.
Well, I haven't done it yet. I have to pick a job, right? Or why don't you
And-
do your graduation? Right? Do your whole.
Yeah, let's do your
Oh, okay.
graduation, and then we'll go over back to Phil here.
I skipped ahead to new term.
I need 7 in intellect. Okay. So +1 on this.
Correct.
I did not graduate.
Get them out.
That's rough.
Oh no, wait. This is your pre-career event before graduation, right? This is how you fudge dice. Traveler character creation. You remember the order of operations.
For
But
these
yeah,
guys.
because it can
We're
affect
co-creating the rules here.
it can affect your
We're
graduation.
co-creating them. Yeah, exactly.
The life event can affect your graduation, so you do it beforehand.
So yeah, go ahead and roll the 2 dice for your pre-career event as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna count. I'm not gonna reroll. I'm gonna 4 or whatever, right?
So that's your pre-career event. Is that what we're
Pre-career
saying?
event.
Rick, how do you feel about all this shady shit? That
Okay, a supposedly
Just tell me
harmless
what to
prank
do.
goes wrong and someone gets hurt, physically or emotionally. Roll your social at 8 or higher.
Ooh,
Okay.
good luck with that.
Yeah, I got a -1 on this.
Oh,
Go
you're
for
not
it.
social.
It's a fail.
Oh,
Failed.
okay. If you fail, you gain an enemy.
All right.
Oh,
right.
what did you roll? You rolled a 2, though.
Did you roll a
I
2?
did roll a 2.
You
Yeah,
had -1.
3 minus
yeah.
1. Yeah.
You fail to graduate, must take prisoner career in your next
Prisoner.
term.
What? This is because this is your fault.
Now,
Phil.
now we know who's going into the black hole, right?
You're showing that career path.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
I hope you have nothing. I hope you don't mind aging 10 years. We actually get prisoners and then help them go through their sentences really quickly. It's a
What the
rehabilitation.
Just
So much for your idea of being a scientist.
Office.
All right, good.
this game's fun.
Your knowledge of science helps you make toilet wine.
Oh my
You got a lot of good toilet wine skills. That's fun. You shouldn't have hurt that person's feelings or whatever.
You got caught by the feelings police. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I'll locate that page.
But that term was me getting into the academy and then getting kicked out, basically.
Yeah.
And then my
Getting,
next term,
getting thrown in jail, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, you have an enemy now.
Yeah. So we have to figure out who your enemy is.
Yeah, you did a harmless prank, but it went wrong and someone got hurt.
It's through maybe one of the scientific teacher, one of the faculty. Probably. Eh?
I don't know. Yeah.
I'm gonna cut fingers in his. I'm gonna cut holes in his vac suit. He'll think it's hilarious. They died. So.
Frank! Well, I didn't realize that was going to happen. Oops.
Who could have known?
There's my book.
All right.
Okay.
And it's hard to get advancement as a worker.
Where are you starting here, sir?
It's a fine question. I think I will start. Should I just go straight into the draft, just right away?
Oh, you're going draft? You're not going to do a decision?
I guess I will choose. Let's choose.
What's your best? What's your best for survival?
I'm gonna go for my best. Oh, good question. Basically not intelligence. Everything else is a +0.
Okay.
So I think I might try for the Navy career as well.
Okay, sure.
I do have a -1 here.
It's tough out there.
The intellect is the qualification, 6 or higher.
But I really want to be a line crewman.
Okay.
So that's what I'm shooting for. Here we go. Boom. Hey, I did it.
There you go. Nice. So you're going for line. Line crew would be survival would be 5 or higher, intelligence based.
Oh damn, is it?
But yeah, so it's not too bad. Let's get your skills written down first.
Yeah. So
Navy, your service skills could be pilot, vac suit, athletics.
Well, I get all of the because this is my first one, right? So
you get all the service skills at
all
0.
Service skills at 0. Okay.
Yeah, gunner, mechanic, and gun combat.
Awesome. All right. So let me just write that out.
And if any of those are doubled up with your background skills, just put it up to 1.
Heck yeah. That gives me... Actually, all 3 of them are doubling up, which is
Cool.
fun. I'm already min-maxing. Wow, this is way better than jail.
Well, prison careers are awesome sometimes.
You're probably right. Okay. I'm sure he's going to have a... I really like going to the prison career path. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty dope. Okay.
It's his favorite thing.
So I do still need to do the survival check.
Yes, please.
All right. Boom, 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 boom. What did I roll? Looks like a 6.
Nice.
So we
Good.
survived. So now event, right?
Yes.
It's going to be another 2D. A 9er. I
That
foil
is-
an attempted crime.
Oh, nice.
On
Such as a
board.
mutiny, sabotage, smuggling, or conspiracy. Gain an enemy, but also gain a +2 on your next advancement roll.
What if my enemy is Adam?
I know.
You can
The
do
crime
that.
was the prank. I was sir,
The plot
this?
twist already.
what if we're each other's enemy? Would that be cool? All right. We'll think about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Gain an enemy, but also attempt a DM +2 on enemies. Okay, good. Hey, look at that. Do I get an advancement roll here?
Yes, you do. So that's
Okay.
on your education. You need
I'm getting-
7 or higher, but actually it's a 5 or higher.
Yeah. Let's go. Boom. Boom. Okay, I was a reroll. This is a reroll. Okay. Boom.
Okay.
I did it. I advanced.
Mixer. All right. So you're. Let's see. Do you get anything for?
I'm picking up Abel's Space Hand. Is that what I'm doing?
Yes, you go up to Able Space Hand
Okay,
and you
so that
get a
gives me a-
Mechanics 1.
Okay. So it's already at 1. Are we adding?
Then it goes to 2.
Okay. Nice.
That is correct.
All right. And then I also get to get another skill
Yes.
on the advancement, right?
Your advanced education. Do you have an education of 8 or higher?
No. Wait.
Okay, so you can
Do I? No.
You can pick from line crew. You can pick from personal development, service skills, and that.
I'll go ahead
is-
and
basically-
bump my vac suit up to
Okay.
a 2er.
Awesome.
Nice. Okay, so that's my first one, right? And I am rank 1 now.
So I play the omnipotent cosmic
Yes.
being of consciousness, and I go ahead and have you guys make your characters in articulate, explaining to me how this happens.
I'm sitting in a purple cloud. I'm astonished by what's happening around me. And I say, did I become a better vac suit user just now? It's important. So let's do some.
Phil, take the dice. The great orange dice.
Those dice look pretty awesome, actually. I like how bright.
I got them for the people that don't buy dice, so they have to play with the ugly orange ones. But I kind of like them.
Yeah, I like it. I love high vis stuff. All right, let's make Adam go to the
Alrighty, Adam.
showers. Send Adam to the showers.
What do I do here?
Let's see. I gotta find the prison.
Bottom. It's a special section of the book.
Like- Yeah, it's,
Prison section. The
Not
prison section of the book. Beautiful.
it's for me. It's page 56. I notice your cover is different than
Yep.
mine, but
Yeah.
it's like the last page of character creation.
There we go. Alrighty. So you get your choice, if you can find it. Yeah, it is 56. The number 56 for the PDF. You can choose inmate, thug, or fixer. Now the survival on each. The inmate is an endurance check. The thug is a strength check, and the fixer is an intelligence check.
So you get the skill first, and then you do the survival check.
What skill do I get?
You because you already had basic training through the Navy, you actually are just picking. So you pick one of these categories.
Yeah. Fine. And then I
Yeah,
got
when you
pass.
go
What
through
happens
that.
if I don't survive?
So then you go through a
you
mishap.
go through mishap check. So which one do you want to
Yeah,
go
I mean,
for?
my strength is intellect, so to me that's
Intellect. You're going to be like a fixer. Fixer's probably your best. Then,
Yeah.
For advancement, it's endurance. Okay.
So you could choose fixer, you could choose service skills, or you could choose personal development if you're going to go fixer. And he's just letting you pick.
No, I'm just trying to figure out where you're looking right now.
Yeah.
Service skills.
First off, we got to make your survival roll though. So if you're looking at the chart here under
Mhm.
prisoner, so it'll be this right here, right up at the top on the right hand column. It says career progress, so
Yep.
it'll give you the survival probabilities there. So which one are you going for? Fixer?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's go for fixer.
Okay, so do your 9 or higher for survival.
+1 on this. So close.
Mishap. Yep.
All right.
I think that you do get the skill even when you mishap, but that's fine. That's why I think you get the skill and then you roll the survival check. But I might be wrong.
Yeah, go for it. Pick your skill. So out of that is basically, I'll kind of show you here if you're not too familiar with this. All right, so you'll have these here, which is all the categories for, okay. And what you're going to be able to pick from there is personal development, service skills, inmate. Oh, not inmate. Fixer actually is this last one here. So a skill out of one of those 3 columns. One skill.
Yeah, I'll go with investigate.
Okay. Cool.
And then I'm going to roll my mishap, right? 1d6.
Jeez.
1d6.
1.
It's a 1. Oh. Severely injured.
Just throw your character in the trash.
This is, you know.
Just throw it right in the trash.
I should have pre-rolled.
You've died.
We are sorry, Mr. Adam. Your character is a gimp. We will have to send him into the black hole. And we'll make sure you have a good medal to take home to your mom and dad. If we recover your body.
Injured.
Alrighty. So this is the same as a result of 2 on the injury table, which is basically not too good. It ejects you from this career. Really? How can you be ejected?
It says. Oh yeah, I don't know. Oh, it's not talking about the event, is it? Where's the injury to?
2 on the injury table. Let's see.
It's on page 49.
Oh yeah, back. Shoot, that's right.
Severely injured, reduce 1 physical characteristic by 1d.
Yep.
Alternatively, roll twice on the injury table and take the lower result. That seems better.
Yeah, where's the injury table?
But you could potentially roll a 1, I guess. For me, it's on page 49.
49, correct.
Thank you.
So you can take a 2, or you can roll twice and take the lower one. Isn't that fun that they give you that option?
Yeah, it's great. I could. Let's just roll. Rolling's fun, right?
Better roll.
So roll whatever 2D, right?
2d6.
No, one D. 1D on this.
Well, he's
But
picking
I'm-
the lower.
Yeah, I'm picking the lower, right?
Oh, okay. Okay, right.
3.
Okay, it says
Hey.
missing eye or limb. Reduce strength or dex by
You're
2.
Yeah,
So you have some choices here.
You get
So-
cybernetics. It's fine.
Yeah.
Eye, limb.
Ay. I think I'm gonna lose a limb.
Okay, so reduce your strength by 2, or dex by 2. I guess it's your choice.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm a fixer. This is fine, dude. You're not fixing it.
You've got
I'm
your
going-
job cut out for you there, Phil.
Might want
Reduce
to
strength
fix
by
your
2.
fix your little nub.
We've got your first experiment on the table here, sir.
Oh, and I guess you're going to hold that against me because I sent you to jail.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so evil and diabolical. We're creating the plot right now.
That's great. Do you get an event or no? The mishap is the event. Do you get an advancement when you fail a survival check?
No, he's screwed up. He's
'Cause
messed up.
you have to check to see if you get out of jail.
Do I have medical bills?
I kind of forgot that role, actually. You know how to get out of jail?
Let's see.
It's been a while.
Rarely get people going through the prisoner thing.
Yeah. It's
Um,
off of the advancement roll. You have to, if you roll well enough, there's like some equation based on how long you've been in jail. Just gonna ask Grok.
You asking Grok, because
I'm
Grok
asking
knows
Grok.
everything.
It knows enough for me to not have to look at anything. Just assume that it's all knowing, right? That's not what the RAI
Never wrong.
overlords want, is it?
Always right.
Ooh.
Oh, it's your parole threshold.
That's
That's
the
what
one.
it is. That's what you're looking for.
So parole threshold, whatever it is, if you exceed it on your promotion check, then you get out of jail, or you have the ability to, or something.
What, next term though? At the end of the term?
So
you
yeah,
still-
it says
Yeah, you
right
still
here.
serve the term.
Yeah, on page 52, it says that prisoner careers, blah, 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 leaving
Oh,
prisoner career. Okay, yeah, instead they have a value called parole threshold. At the end of each term, prisoner career, the traveler's advancement roll is greater than their parole threshold. It means that the prisoner sentence come up to an end and they may leave the career. Otherwise, they may not leave this career and must continue on it for another term. Okay, so the traveler parole threshold starts at 1 die plus 2. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll that for yourself.
See what your parole
Man, you
threshold
think they go
is.
easy on me, the accident and everything. Okay.
You're coming through the
First
school of
time.
hard knocks. So at 4 is your parole threshold.
Okay, so you have to roll better than a 4 on a advancement. That seems not hard.
Do I roll again? D? 1D?
Well, the question is, do you get an advancement check?
Yeah.
You get an advancement check if you suffer a mishap. Okay.
Advancement check. Well, then you'd have to go through a more, yeah, you'd have to go through an event and everything too. So,
I think you do. Yeah, it says if you're still in your career after resolving the survival roll, so you have to be discharged. It looks like. Then
Yeah,
you
it
roll on
doesn't
the
say that
event.
you've been pulled from it or anything. So yeah,
Yeah.
roll
So you get
roll
an
for
event.
your advancement.
No, he gets an event first.
Yeah, event first. Correct.
Because that's going to affect his parole.
All right, 2d6.
2d6.
8. Parole.
Parole hearing.
Yeah, parole hearing.
Oh, I'm getting out. I'm getting out,
Yeah,
guys.
reduce
So
it.
now you
it
need to
becomes
roll your.
3
I
or
got
higher.
a beat at 3. Just with 1d.
So do you get?
What's the what, right? I mean, is that a stupid question?
No, it's 2d. It's 2 dice for advancement.
Yeah. Okay, so
You're
your
doing. You're
advancement.
trying to get a 5+ for to advance as a fixer.
Yeah.
But you need a 3+ to get out of jail.
Yeah, 2d. I got a beat at 3+. This is easy.
Yeah.
I'm not worried at all.
It is. Yeah. And you advanced as a fixer.
Thank God.
Okay.
Oh, really?
I think
Give
you
yourself
also
an
get
additional skill.
the skill. Yeah.
So I made parole, advanced as a fixer, and I pick an additional skill.
Also,
Fixer.
when you enter jail, you got melee unarmed 1. Notice that because you were rank 0.
Okay.
Does it? Oh, nice. That's right.
Yeah,
I did not notice
you don't
that.
you don't see ranks on like the first skill or first rank. I'm sorry, you don't see skills on the first rank very often.
Yeah,
Maybe
or
you
the
do.
0 rank, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So, did you want to leave jail, or are you good?
Yes.
I think you can still be drafted.
Yeah.
You can still go right back into the Navy.
Go for a draft if you want.
But that's
I mean,
next
can
term.
I can do any career I want or what?
Well, the draft
You can try to
is.
get into it.
I mean, I can't reapply to the military or something like that. I have to go to a
Yeah,
career.
you can-
No more pre-career.
You can go right back to the Navy if you want.
Only as a career. I can't go to college though. Right?
That's a good question. Can you go back to military academy?
I would say no. Not.
It's
in
harder
his-
to get in. It's significantly harder to get in on term 3. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Well, I'm going to do my term 2
Yeah.
now.
Okay. And we are
Staying
Navy.
in the Navy, enjoying my time. Get back to my page here.
Alrighty. Line crew again. Intelligence. 5 or higher.
Okay. Bam.
Nice.
I did it.
Okay. So you get your skill.
I get my skill. I think I'm going to go ahead and just grab that +1 endurance and get the +1.
Nice.
So that'll give me a 9 endurance.
Okay.
Okay.
Back to
And then event.
correct.
Another. I ratted on someone else.
You foil the once again mutiny, sabotage, smuggling, conspiracy.
Yeah.
+2 on your next advancement roll,
I'm not telling anyone, guys.
and you gain a new enemy, of course.
Of course. It's fun. All right. So, advancement check. I need education +7. And I have +2. I did it. I think I'm getting kicked out with that high roll too, right? Or is that do you get kicked out if you roll low?
No, yeah,
Do you get forced to retire or something with advancement rolls? I forgot how. But yay. I have taken rank 2
and
petty officer 3rd class vac suit. Let's go, baby.
yeah, good job.
That puts my vac suit at 3 already.
Holy.
And also, I will choose another skill. go ahead and bump mechanic up to 3.
Adam, picking a different career here.
I'm working on it.
Step away for a second.
Working on it. I picked up the broker skill. I'm trying to think what I could make myself as failing out of the Naval Academy.
Getting into like the merchants
Having
then.
a rough time. Yeah, merchant called out to me, but it looks that or scout. I'm not familiar with these careers so much. I'm just trying to.
Okay. So if you look at page 21 on your in your I don't know if it's 21 PDF.
Yeah, I have
but,
that. I got
okay,
that
so
out.
that one gives you the basic rundown of your career. So what kind of things you would need for survival and advancement, which is handy. So you can kind of look through that and see where your best attributes fall.
And that qualification is just a role I got to beat to make.
That's going to be your initial to get in qualification.
Then I think that's a good one. Merchant's a good one.
Okay.
I could be a broker if it's perfect.
Continue in that vein at least. Right.
So I need to roll
merchant. Here we go. Yeah. 4 or higher intelligence roll.
2d6 plus 1.
Okay.
Perfect.
Awesome. Okay. Perfect.
I'm a merchant. I use my fixer skills I learned to become a merchant once I got parole.
What career did you go with?
I'm going with merchant.
Why don't you want to be a scientist?
I had big now.
You had big plans.
I had big plans. I'm trying to follow the
there's a scientist, right? Just saying.
That didn't feel right though.
Okay.
I mean, I wanted to be a scientist, and then this little life path just beat me down.
You lose an arm and
is that
give up on your dreams?
Am I not playing the game right?
Give up on your dreams.
It's like a roulette, you just see what happens every time you pull the trigger.
We're slowly drifting away from black hole harvesters.
I feel like failing at a Naval Academy, going
towards
to Yale,
the pirates,
losing a limb. Yeah, it doesn't feel like the next step is scientist.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me in chat.
What about
chat say? Chat, should I go with scientist? Or
like a colonist would be kind of like a. I'm not going to tell you what's new.
No. I was just trying to think. I don't know these careers. Like, I didn't get a chance to look at the little blurb for each one. So.
Yeah, I mean, just look I'm just saying, look at the names of them. The next step is not triathlete. I agree. Javelin throw.
Yeah, no kidding. Alrighty. So you still going with Merchant Dreams here?
Say again?
You're going with the Merchant Dreams here still?
I'm taking a look at scientist. This is just throwing me for a loop here. I'm taking a look, see what the details. Okay. See if I can make it work still.
Let's see. Scholar. So Scholar.
Yep, Scholar's got a.
So to get in, you need a 6 or higher intelligence and a DM -1 for every previous career. Keep in mind. So we've had 2, so it's a -2.
Yeah, but like, think about it. Help me create my character here. Like, just the blurb. The blurb is just individuals trained in technology or research scientists. Blah 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 blah. Like, I just don't know how would my character get there, failing Naval Academy, being in prison for 4 years, and now I get a career as a scholar. It just
You're
help
right.
me.
It's
Am
weird.
I wrong? Yeah. Is it? Am I thinking about it too much?
I would go more for like the frontier skin of it, maybe like a field researcher or a colonist. So that way it like gets you kind of away from where you're at. Or I would go real hard into pirate.
It's not like when you think of us as Earthlings, you go through life on one planet and that's it. This, of course, you're able to go from planet to planet, kind of stainless steel rat your way through things sometimes. So you never
That's
know.
why
There's all
Max, you
kinds
got
of
a good
options.
point. You got paroled early because you were, first of all, you lost an arm for God's sakes, and then
Yeah.
you stuck to your studies or whatever.
I mean,
There was
that's
a
fine.
reverse on your thing. On
If you
your
guys are okay
charge.
with it, that was. I mean, I came into the game wanting to be one, so I just didn't. I wanted to try to be true to the life path. But if it makes sense, then yeah.
Well, I told you what I would do. I'd probably go field researcher or colonist.
We just let the dice decide, right?
Yeah.
It's your fate.
I mean, you'll probably fail at being a scholar too, and then you can
Probably.
go
You never
join
know.
the draft and
Yeah.
be a military army grunt. That'll be great. Enjoy your time. That's
Give me a second here. I'm just gonna take a look at calling to see if that calls to me.
enjoy your time in the cavalry.
It's like
Are
a
you-
dirty dozen thing where they call up people from the prison for a war or something like that for a special mission.
Yeah, prison is not off the table for you.
Yeah,
Very
I like
likely
calling it.
you'll be returned.
That looks good because I could still flavor it as a science kind of guy on the colony, right? It's just I'm
Yeah.
making a new life. I like that. Thank you, Phil.
No problem.
So,
Citizen
citizen,
for citizen career.
citizen
Just want to
career,
be a citizen, guys.
colonist.
Okay.
Help me out here. Qualification, education.
Education 5
5 or
I
higher.
gotta beat that first. Oh, shit.
Yeah, and then when you fail that, you join the draft.
For every previous career, does that count as? Do I get negative?
Yeah, -2.
Yes.
You get a
Yes,
-2.
you do.
This is impossible.
It's rough.
No, well, okay. So his schooling shouldn't be a career though, right? Or is it?
Well,
Oh,
he's
that's
gone
true.
through a prisoner career and he's gone through
Definitely has gone through that.
Just one career, yeah.
and whatchamacallit, the Navy career. So
But the Navy
That was
career
a great
was at military academy. That's why I'm wondering if that is a career.
oh yeah, that's
That
right.
was
That was
pretty
just
career.
-1, just -1. Go for it. Yeah,
Killing me
that's
here.
right.
So then I gotta
You gotta
be
get
a
6+
6+ with no bonus. Here we go. 2d6 flat. Thank God.
I was really hoping you'd fail it.
I can make it as something. A colonist, for goodness sakes.
I'm gonna be somebody. There is not a lot of science here.
Okay, so yeah, as a colonist, you can get survival, recon, drive, jack of trades, athletics, animals.
Man, there's no science here at all. I'm sorry I brought you here.
You don't have a high education, eh?
Oh,
No,
if
I don't.
if you're a worker, you get science.
Blue collar worker.
A nice blue collar worker on an industrial world.
If you're in corporate, you can get electronics, computers, that sort of stuff.
And what's jack of all trades? Is that not? That adds what?
Okay, so that will close your -3 that you get for being untrained. It'll only be a -2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it makes all your untrained skills not as bad.
Does life path system include having wife and kids? No, yeah,
Has
it
that in
does.
life events.
You can't have a significant others being mentioned as part of that, ally kind of stuff, and yeah, definitely.
I
I'm gonna
ratted
go-
out my wife to the authorities, and now she's one of my enemies.
There you
Actually.
go.
I'm gonna go worker, engineer.
Okay.
Okay.
But do I get all these service skills? Tell me how that
No,
personal
no.
development.
That's only your first initial. That would be like your first, first initial career path. You
Okay.
get all those extra.
Okay.
He doesn't.
This is working out. This is working out.
So I think you're right.
Okay. So you have to make your survival roll, which is intelligence base 7 or higher. Oh,
Plus-
which one? Or
No,
worker,
he's doing
right?
worker,
Endurance.
yeah.
Endurance to 4 or higher. Sorry.
Endurance 4 or higher. Okay.
4+.
I get a +1.
Perfect.
There we go.
Nailed it.
Nice.
Now we're getting the rolls.
Okay.
Now you got another.
Now your event.
2D.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
That's not good.
disaster. Roll on the mishap table.
You're not ejected though.
Get cursed. You're cursed.
5. That's a good one.
Nice.
Oh, I like this. Revolution attacker.
Okay.
Unusual event.
I'll read it. A
Oh.
Throws
revolution.
your life into chaos. Okay, go for it.
Attack or other unusual event throws your life into chaos, forcing you to leave the planet. Roll streetwise 8+. If you succeed, increase any skill you have by 1 level.
I get -3, right?
You get a minus. No, you have.
no streetwise.
You have jack of all trades, right?
No, I went with
Oh, okay,
engineer.
okay. All right. Okay.
-3.
Yeah, -3.
Oh, I still got
Oh, you
it.
did it.
I did it.
You did it.
So choose any skill and increase it by 1 level. Skill that you already have.
Okay. I'll just go engineer again because
Nice.
that's what I've been doing.
How
On
good
this
is
planet.
that? So it said that you had to leave the planet. That doesn't mean you have to leave your career, I guess.
Yeah. So if you want to maybe have it.
It's going to roll right into the events of this campaign, right?
It says
I'm leaving the
specifically.
planet.
It says specifically in the event, though, you're not ejected from the career. So I would say probably not ejected.
But you also have to roll a second mishap because you rolled so terribly on that event. Correct? You did roll a 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, a second roll on the mishap table as well. The disaster.
He didn't roll. He didn't roll a 2 on his survival.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. No, I'm reading that wrong. Roll on the
Whose
mishap
side
table.
are you on, Rick?
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
He's on very
Make
side.
it so terrible, man. That's terrible. No, go for it.
You know what? Roll another mishap.
roll for your advancement. Just stop listening to me.
Okay, 8+.
Just for getting late.
Yeah, education based.
Education? I thought it was into. Oh, crap. Education.
No, it's education.
0. Okay,
8+.
straight.
It is not an easy roll.
Nope.
Oh. Well,
enjoy your dead end job.
Welcome to retail. I could role play that out for you.
Now make my fucking burrito. All right. My turn. How long do we go till we roll age here?
That comes at after 34, I believe. So age 30.
I think
Is it
I've
30
done
or 34?
2 terms. I think I've done 2 terms. This will be term 3 for me. All right. So that'll put me at 30.
30.
classic 34-year-old traveler.
Oh yeah, yeah. You get a -2 if if you're 34 or more in Navy.
Okay.
Okay. Just give you a heads up.
-2 to what?
To for your qualification. Yeah, that's if you were up.
Oh,
that
if I was
high,
trying to
yeah.
qualify. Okay.
Trying to qualify. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's the only thing that.
I don't think I want to try to become an officer. We'll stick to here. Okay.
Stick
So
with
that's
line crew again.
cool. Yeah.
Alrighty.
I think I'm gonna take. Do I want gun combat? How much do I want? Have gun combat. Well, pilot. Just grab some pilot real quick.
Pirate.
I'll take pilot.
Pilot.
Pilot 1. All right, and then here's my survival check.
Okay.
Uh-oh. I failed
Intelligence? What's your intelligence?
It's -1.
Oh no. Okay.
So I
Roll
am
your mishap.
mishap. Uh-oh. Severely injured in action. Same result of 2 in the injury table. Alternatively, roll twice in the injury table and take the lower result. Oh, geez. Here we go again. Why are you laughing, Adam? I just hurt myself.
So mean.
All right. Do I want to do the 2 dice? Oof. I don't feel nearly as confident. I think I'll stick with my... Should I roll it just because I'm not a bitch? Probably. Let's roll it. Bam. I also am missing an arm. Or eye.
3? Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And then that's strength or
Dexterity by 2.
All right. I'll choose strength. So that means limb, right? Let's be at -1. Ugh. Yeah. Boom.
Yeah. Sometimes I think somebody mentioned in one of my games that they showed me in a picture. What was it? Who was it? It was one of Shauner's friends that got involved with us for a bit. David. I think he mentioned on one of his videos us rolling up characters for Traveler, and sometimes it can look like a task and a half, but I don't know, it kind of evokes different things in your head, you know, and
This is fun.
you're just coming up with ideas. How did this happen to my character? You know, I don't think it's
advancement. Or do I roll an event still? I do, right?
yes, sir.
All right, here it goes. 7 life event. 46. We're on another table. I'm gonna get a baby.
46. Yeah.
All right. Here comes psionics. Here comes the psionics roll. You ready for this, Rick?
Okay.
Not psionics. Good fortune. Something good happens to you. You come into money unexpectedly. Have a lifelong dream come true.
+2 on your benefit roll.
+2 to anyone benefit roll.
Just remember that for the end of his.
When I retire. Okay. I was real rich. I got rich. Okay, moving forward. I'm going to do my advancement.
Yeah, your advancement.
9er. That's a count. We'll count that.
Alrighty.
So I'm advancing. Petty Officer 2nd class, baby. And that gives me no extras, but it gives me another skill. See, the move is I could just take strength here. Get rid of my -1.
Pumping iron.
the one arm. Okay.
With one arm. You lost an
I'm
arm.
gonna do it. It's
Okay.
a little bit bitch with doing it.
Okay.
I don't want -1 to strength. Okay.
All right.
I
Back
think I'm
to.
gonna end my career here.
Oh, okay. Okay. And if
So,
that's the case, yeah, let's
mustering out.
do your rolls.
Okay.
How many terms did you do in Navy?
I did 3 full terms.
3 full turns. Okay,
And
so
I'm
you get
rank
3
3.
rolls. Rank 3, so you get a total of 6 rolls. One of them with a +2.
Okay, we'll take the +2 first. All right, here we go.
And which one, cash or benefits first?
Oh, am I supposed to say?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, let's delete that then. I will go. I like the bennies. Do I want ship shares? Is that good?
Sure. Chip shares gets you bought into an existing.
Ship shares
Ship.
are so worthless. It just
More
doesn't
for-
give you.
It's for long-term kind of thing,
I
or
wish it was
attach
better.
yourself to a large vessel or something like that.
Yeah, I wish it gave you more. Pretty bad. So we'll go with. Oh, let's just do a regular benefit roll. Here we go. Boop. Oh, I got a Soch +2. Look at me.
Cool. It's getting up there.
It's still an 8. All right. Okay, so this is going to be we'll do benefit roll again. I know I'm rolling the die, but I was cheating. Okay, that gives me TOS membership.
Okay. Traveler membership is kind of like a Avion kind of thing. You collect points
water?
wherever you go.
Bottled water? Okay.
No, what is it called? Avion? Yeah, the Avion card or whatever it's called.
Okay. All right. Benefit roll number 3. Oh, wow. Personal vehicle or ship share. Okay. Well, I'll take a personal vehicle. That seems cool. Okay. I got 3 more rolls. Let's go ahead and let's do another benefit roll. Oh. Ship's boat or 2 ship shares.
Ship's boat. That's an
I'll
actual.
take
That's
the boat.
like, yeah, the boat will get you from planet to planet. That's for sure. In a solar system.
I like hitting all these little vehicles here.
You're set. You're ready to roll.
Let's do 2 cash rolls here at the end.
Okay.
3, that's 5,000. 2 is another 5,000, so 10,000.
10,000 in cash. Beautiful.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna be done with my character there, I guess.
That's it? You're not gonna go anymore?
Well, I'm 30 already.
Okay,
I'm practically ancient.
Oh, what kind of thought process is that?
I don't know.
That's young.
I don't want to be
so
older.
young.
Do I want to be older? I don't know. I don't want to be doing like the 55-year-old traveler character,
55 ain't bad. I can still do a lot of things. 55. When I was 55.
Yeah.
Back in the 55 days.
I don't want to blow out my hammy when I get out of bed.
Do the whenever you get up out of the chair, right?
Yeah. I want to groan when I get out of a chair.
Alrighty, back to Citizen Adam.
What do I have left to do?
You continuing on, or is that going to be it for your?
I mean, Tell me my options for continuing on.
So you
I don't
start
know.
to have to make age rolls starting on this one,
Uh-huh.
right? 'Cause
Yes.
It's going to be 34.
Yeah.
Or at the end of it. It's not like a difficult roll to pass, but you start doing it. Every term is 4 years added to your life.
Right. Okay.
So right now you're 30. If you do another term, then you'll be 34. It's likely you won't suffer from age at 34.
What are the benefits though? You can have a
You do
windfall or
another
something?
roll on the life path.
Oh, like a
Yeah,
career?
remember he's one less, so he's you've only gone through actually 3 careers, and you went through 3
Well,
terms of a
he
career.
started
And,
before me.
yeah, but he started with a education.
It still takes a turn.
Yeah, I've done.
The education takes a full term.
Yeah, otherwise everyone would. I got my
No.
education on the streets.
Oh.
I'm 30. I did school, prison, colonist. But I mean, like in the next 4 years, what if I roll good? What do I? Can I win the lottery or what?
Well, okay. So if we're taking what
skills.
you've earned so far, your first one, for your first career. Well, there's what's the mustering out.
Oh,
from
you know
prison?
what we didn't do is muster out from prison. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Is gonna muster him out from prison. He went through 2 terms of that.
You're gonna get it. You forgot your shank.
Yeah, the
Carry
stuff
around
you
your
get
lucky
later.
shank.
A shag and a toothbrush.
So you didn't go up any levels, but you did survive 2 terms. So you get 2 rolls in the mustering out tables in the rogue. So that is page 40. And mustering out is underneath is the second column on the right hand side of that page.
There's mustering out as at prisoner.
Yeah.
So what do you mean rogue? He was never a rogue.
Oh, yeah, not rogue. Prison. Sorry, that's wrong. Yeah.
Okay.
Prison.
Yeah, you
I
can
keep
get your.
on getting rogue and prison mixed up. My bad.
So he had 1 term as prisoner, and 1 term as worker.
Yeah.
So far, he's still in the worker career if he goes again.
D7. Gotta make a new die.
Okay, where are we here? Prisoner.
No,
All
it's
right.
not a D7. You roll a D6, and
Yeah.
there's sometimes you have bonuses to your benefit
Page 56. Sorry.
Actually,
Page 56 is where the prisoner.
Right, let's just.
So,
Dang.
so with these rolls, you choose either a cash roll or a benefit roll. The benefit will give you, in this case, a contact, blade, a deception, persuade, or stealth skill, an ally, or a melee, recon, or streetwise skill. Also, benefits can be a +1 strength or a +1 endurance. And yeah, lots of skills.
I rolled 1, so I would rather take a contact than no cash.
You're supposed to say before you roll
Are you serious?
if it's a cash roll or not.
Oh, no, I wouldn't have taken cash anyway. That's
Okay,
that's not
agree.
give
fun.
yourself a contact then. We'll make up a contact then for you. Someone from prison.
Oh yeah, Johnny.
Hi, my name's Johnny. It's someone that knows.
Johnny Two Finger. And you don't want to know why they call me Johnny Two Finger.
Is it the 2 fingers?
You don't want to know what I do with my 2 fingers.
It is. How did you know?
Hey guys, it's Johnny Two.
He's very emotive. Like very emotive. That's awesome. I hope that I sent him to jail too.
Oh my
He
god.
blew his hand up, and I caught him putting like firecrackers in the toilet or something.
Alrighty. But of course, it's up to Adam. But Johnny Two Fingers sounds like it.
If it's not Johnny Two Fingers, you're fired. Yeah, it's okay.
How funny. All right, and one as citizen, right? Well, let's go back to citizen here. And it's choice of cash or benefit, and that's on page 26.
Are you doing another term or not?
No, I'm mustering out from each of my ones I already did. I don't think I'm going to do another turn.
You would muster out if you weren't doing another term.
But I mustered out of prison. Is that
because you aren't in prison anymore? You're supposed to do that when you leave the.
But you mean another term as colonist?
Do you want to live out your 30 to 34 years?
I want to go on an adventure without doing another 4 years as a blue collar worker.
Okay, so do you want to change your career?
You can do that as well.
I could just end my character.
Yeah, or end it. Yeah, and start playing.
You can end the character. Yeah.
I think that's the right move.
Cool.
I think I'm desperate enough to get involved.
He wants to take full control of his life.
I feel like I've made a character that's ready to make a big change in their life.
Yeah.
After all these
mistakes. Right. I feel like I'm fed up and ready to muster out. I can't even be a worker around the world that I picked. The revolution happened or whatever. So yeah, let's muster out.
Okay. Cash or benefit?
Benefits, way more fun.
Okay. Roll 1d6.
It's a solid. The citizen.
Oh, he gets a ship share.
Ship share, yeah.
Oh, okay, good. One is good. One is good.
You get dividends every month.
It's not good. Me. You got garbage.
It's a ship share.
Yeah. We did it. We made traveler characters.
Yay! Alright.
So, did this change our premise? I would say
I think so, yeah.
Neither of us know a damn thing about science. So
you can still be involved in the
Sure, you can be involved. Definitely can be involved.
I'm a very excellent mechanic and vac suit operator.
Yeah, we could be the guys that go into the risky part of the event horizon. After all,
we could be crewmen.
Yeah,
we don't have to be running the ship. Let me just pull up my shit here.
Yeah, there's a lot of janitorial kind of and whatever. There's all kinds of positions on a ship.
Looks like you guys could totally be janitors.
Totally, space janitors.
Between the two of us, you got one full set of arms.
Johnny Two Finger. Hey, I'm looking better and better every day.
Look at these idiots with one arm.
Space janitors or something like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I'm pretty good mechanic, though. I'm not throw me the janitors.
What did you end up with? You did 3 terms of.
What if we both ended up getting cybernetic arms at the same place?
And we re-meet.
Yeah, and you're like, hey, you're the guy that freaking...
Yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah.
You.
Can I just do that with no cash?
Are we cool? Yeah.
You get the peg option for your arm. Excuse me, I'll just take this chair leg here off this old 1950s furniture. Screw it in.
Maybe the ship we work for has like these like multi-tool arms. right? So they're like pretty worthless outside
Oh, yeah, that's
of outside
cool.
of doing things. You know.
Yeah, I like that.
As an
Yeah, but what's the skills of your character, Adam? Like, does he have vac suit or anything like that?
Yeah, I do. I got vac
Okay,
suit,
okay,
pilot. I got all the electronics, science, engineering. I feel like I'm pretty good
cool, cool. Yeah, they could
tradesman.
definitely like put you in a suit that attaches tools to it. Doesn't matter if you have arms, or probably be
Yeah,
beneficial
or
for you.
space welder.
Space
Mhm.
welder suit, yeah. Be all kinds of different things that we could do with you guys. Okay, well, um,
Is there?
is it's the future, man. It's the
What are we
future.
doing on a science ship? Are we? Should we just flip the script entirely here?
If
Do you
you
have any
Yeah, I
kind
like
of
that. There's the
specializations at all?
special.
You have engineering too.
Yeah, I got engineering 2 and mechanic 2, or 1. 1 engineering, 1 mechanic. Those are my.
Okay, so you're gonna be a little bit like I'll
I'm a,
be the mechanic, you'll be the engineer.
yeah, I'm a smart guy. I just,
Yeah, you're a smart
I had
guy.
some mishaps.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So we could be like the maintenance crew on this vessel that's doing like crazy experiments on a black hole.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
That sounds. I could do that.
I mean, engineers typically don't know the equipment as well as the people running them, to be honest with you. The techs know it better. I don't know if that's.
Yeah. But I'm the tech and you're the engineer. So it's kind of like we're
Okay,
or
I don't
the
know what the
ship,
hell you do with engineering.
the ship
I
that
think you
you're
actually good.
the ship that you're on. Then, is this going to be like, you guys want it to be crewed by like, how many members would be on the crew of this kind of ship? Are you imagining? Like, is this
Somewhere like 20 to 40, something like that.
you want it to be pretty large crew? Okay,
Is that large? I
that
don't want
sounds.
that. I don't want that to be large.
Yeah.
I want that to be like kind of like a submarine, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But I do want to point something out. You have specialties to choose. Engineering has a specialization to it.
Yeah.
So you have to like choose your area of engineering. Not to be a drag.
Yeah, and same with gun combat too, as well.
Yeah, I think might also be the same for athletics. Yeah.
Black hole skimming, is that an option in here? Where's black hole skimming?
Well, you could do jump drives.
What page are you on? Sorry.
I'm not on any page.
Yeah, and going back
I'm just
into
going off memory.
Oh.
But skills are
they basically start 64. Basically they start.
Yeah.
Engineer is on 67.
Yeah. I gotta pick an athletic specialization.
So for engineer, the specialties are M drive, J drive, which maneuver drive is a standard, in local time engines kind of idea. The J drive would be like a warp drive or some form of jump system, hyperdrive kind of thing that goes from system to system.
And just so you know, you are considered to have engineering 0 for all of the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
You only pick a specialization when you go off 0.
Yeah, I mean, either one of the drives is good. I just feel like it's going to tie in with the premise. Like, what is our method if we're still doing this radiation collection?
Well, you can take life support as well. Like, we don't necessarily have to be engine guys. We could be maintenance in other ways. And then there's just like power power plant.
I know. I just feel like it would make more sense if I'm closer to the premise of the campaign, but I guess it doesn't matter.
I don't know why one would be closer. But,
Yeah, you would serve a function on the ship no matter what,
oh yeah,
with
post
any engineering skill.
Oh yeah, in my mind, like the drive is what, like being able to jump is an important part of
Oh, if we're
getting
skimming,
radiation from a black hole without getting sucked into the black hole. That's where my head goes. So it feels like J drive engineering might be a little bit more important. That's what I was thinking. But again, that's if we go with that premise still. Don't wait for me to pick now.
what the hell are we doing? Rick, do you know what we're doing? Do you have any idea what we're doing?
I have an idea of where to situate you guys. Yeah,
Okay.
I have a good idea.
I feel good about that. Here's my role in the ship. I'm really good at fixing shit when it breaks, especially outside of the ship. And I'm the only one stupid enough to go outside of the ship around the event horizon of a black hole, probably like, you get hazard pay? Sign me up. So
Okay. More about this ship that you're on.
Yeah.
Have you been with them for a while? Like, with your, is this, we're going to say that the crew are getting used to you, or is this like, we're going to start it, like, you're going to be learning, like, who the crew is?
I like the idea that it's a new endeavor, and most of the crew is new.
Okay. All right. And
we're trying out some kind of experimental technology to collect these particles.
Okay. And do we want to start this like before we get to the black hole, or do we start this on the trip during going to the black hole? Or at the black hole?
I like the idea that it's just like we sign up without total knowledge of the risk.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
we just got there. It's been like a day.
Okay.
We're setting it up to like do our first run or our first collection event or whatever. We haven't done that yet, or maybe we did one successfully, and now we're feeling a little cocky about it.
Test. You guys did a test drive already with the crew, and this is kind of like your actual, mission.
Yeah, we did. We did really good in the simulations. Yeah. I do have pilot.
Okay.
So what would I do that? It's a specialty there.
Yeah, for the tech levels, we're thinking we're gonna go with like a warp or a stutter kind of drive, so it'd be a little bit more different than Traveler, I guess, in that kind of respect, where you can make it to other systems a lot faster, and that's basically it. We're gonna go with an alien kind of theme to it, or like alien kind of technology, or something more fantastical.
Yeah, I like the kind of lower tech sci-fi.
Kind of like Expanse kind of thing, right? So
yeah, alien is a good description of it as well. For some reason, there's CRTs and VHS cassette players.
Yeah, so a mix of technologies from different sectors, still playing CDs or whatever.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff.
We're on Apple IIe monitors everywhere.
Yeah. With Mother on the...
Click. The blinking cursor of text.
The floppy drives.
I love that.
Take
Such a-
the plans to the Death Star. He hands you this big 5.5-inch floppy drive.
what they took from us, Rick.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. It could happen. Depends on what I feel like that day, right? They are at the whim of my imagination and theirs, however bad it may turn. All right, okay, advancements. So we got an idea there. So this ship itself. Are we going? I guess we're going for probably about. I'd say this is kind of like a lab kind of thing. So 400 ton, 500 ton ship, roughly being about the size wise.
I have no concept of what that means.
Okay, yeah. Scout ships, the standard scout ship for traveler, that kind of triangular kind of thing. That's 100 tons. And a ship for like a standard merchant ship, like Han Solo ship, is a 200-ton ship. So kind of
it's
gauging. 500 tons for 400 tons is about for a like a science ship, that sort of thing. We'll go with that. Okay.
It doesn't have to be. I would put it more towards the low end of the 20 to 40. Just because there's probably a lot of like equipment on board.
Yeah. Your ship's boat, did you want that to be part of what's being carried along too? Because that could be part of what's on this ship as well. We could have the ship's boats attached to the main frame of the ship for, doing offhand kind of exploratory, maybe getting sensors to closer to anomalies and stuff like that.
I think it'd be cool if I was like, you could just have it attached to the ship. You don't have to. I don't know. Maybe it's, I'll say yes. I like the idea of there being a shuttle type thing that I use.
And
but I don't know that it's like, hey, can I bring my ship's boat onto this boat? I'd be like, yes, I don't know. But it is private endeavor, so they probably wouldn't be sad about it.
Yeah, you could have, you could have made a deal with them to utilize your, some of your assets, do a bit of modifications to it, that sort of thing. They put scientific equipment on it, and you go out and test stuff. Okay, we can do that. And are we going with the Adam being your enemy, or?
Did I send you to jail, Adam?
I think so.
I think I sent you to
It's
jail.
a nice connection.
We're gonna go with that as the rub of this whole to see whether or not we can get some sort of character arc happening between the two of you.
Yeah, because we're both missing an arm, so we're like, you'd be like, because of you, I'm missing an arm. We're like, well, who do I have to blame? Who do I have to blame? That sounds like a good moment.
Can't wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So that's an enemy for both of us, then, is what we're saying. And I also have another enemy.
Yes.
I have an ally from prison.
I'll just say they're a pirate, if that's cool to you. Because it's another guy that got kicked out of the Navy because of me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because they were doing crimes.
Yes, exactly. And you were anti-crime.
I do not like that.
And let's see. And you have an ally in the prison. Adam?
Tommy Two Fingers. Does it? Or Johnny.
Johnny Two Fingers.
Johnny Two Finger. Is it going to be Johnny Two Finger?
Is that happening, Adam?
I don't know. Is the goal that we leave the session 0 with everything decided, or
I think you want
we get the knowns down anyway. So like some of the things that like as long as we have the tone and we have an idea of the style that we're gonna play and everything. Like I don't know. that's basically it, and we'll go kind of freeform with it.
what is our tone, right? What do you think?
Well, if we're
we've been yucking it up over here, and we're both missing an arm.
I know,
but I don't necessarily know that I want to play like a funny game very much.
Yeah. No, I don't want to play a funny game.
We can be.
I want to have fun.
Serious.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Obviously.
Okay. Well, we can think of some ideas for our allies or enemies over the next couple days to kind of swim some ideas back and forth. I'll kind of keep in touch with the Discord. Get your characters onto your sheets. Okay. Anything that is that we still have yet to discuss, like the actual allies and enemies. You guys give me some good ideas. We can work back and forth between now and our session start next Monday.
There's one other thing that we didn't talk about. I don't know if you want to do it or not, but skill packages. Since we're a group of travelers, on page 50, like the last step of group character creation, we can potentially choose which skill package we get, and then we take turns taking the skills until there are no more skills. Just as another way to fluff out our skills.
Yeah. If you're planning on doing a group that's
but like we're like below deck side crew of the ships. I don't know if that really applies.
Yeah, I can easily fill in with since we're going for a ship with some NPCs on it.
Mm-hmm.
I can definitely fill that in. Do we want to have robots in this as a feature thing? Is that robots and AI?
I like the idea that we have fought an AI war.
Oh, okay. So we have some enmity with the.
We try to avoid smart computing.
Right. So a lot of the robots will be like Huey, Dewey, and Louie off of Silent Running kind of thing, right? They just play poker with you and chat it up every once in a while with nonsensical beeps and boops. That kind of thing.
I don't know about. I don't know about Brave Little Toaster being my robot, but I don't dislike. I think make robots not humanoid looking.
Right.
Kind of like, I don't know, almost like bug-like maybe, or.
Oh, okay.
So like they're crawling around the surface of the ship, helping me like weld shit maybe, or.
Cool. Okay.
Like that.
Okay.
Other servitors.
Okay. Done. Let's see. Anything else being mentioned on the side here? Some of the stuff being mentioned here. Yeah, you don't know what you're gonna get until you roll up your characters, right? So
yeah.
You never know how
but ironically, I called Adam going to jail before.
Yeah, I know. That's I rarely have characters go into prison. Rarely.
It's such a treat.
Yeah.
It's only when we roll characters here for online that we get people
Yeah.
going through the prison.
I rolled a psychic on session 02 once.
Yeah.
That's
Crazy.
never happened to me before.
Any other questions that we want to resolve here, like to kind of to get more of the lore-ish kind of ends sutured up here?
Do we have like a loadout I need to pick? Do we have weapons?
Okay, I would say bring along things that you would
It's like a military
So
operation.
this is a private like company that's doing this,
yeah.
right? How big is this company, or is it like a guy?
It's
like a group of
probably gonna
scientists that
be
are-
it's probably gonna be huge, right?
Okay.
Because if it's gonna be going to another planet, yeah, it's gonna be like, a lot of investment dollars in behind this whole thing.
Okay. So
Big risk.
So there is like another. So there's potentially security there for us, and
I'm gonna there will be security. There will be like a standard loadout that you can get from the ship's locker. So when you go out to do your tasks and everything, if you're going out doing maintenance tasks, you'll have a loadout for that. If there's a situation that comes on board, you might have access to a few maybe a gyrojet kind of weapons, so you don't blow holes into the walls or anything, that sort of thing, or snub pistols, that sort of stuff, where it doesn't go through the walls of any kind of to depressurize your ship. They may have some higher tech stuff on board with some of the higher security clearance guys. And I would assume you guys would probably have a clearance that would get you through 90% of the ship, and other tasks you'll probably have to have somebody higher up with you, attending you at the times when you're doing.
Yeah, we for sure have access to any kind of engineering element.
Yeah.
That's most of the confidential stuff, and then you have like the real confidential stuff.
So we'll play you guys being now. Do you guys know that you both exist on the ship, since you are you know each other from before?
Do you want to role play the moment we see each other for the first time, or do you want that to be like a?
It's gonna be
tough. We can do that. That would be cool.
Challenge.
Yeah, maybe one of us has been there for a day, and the other one is arriving, and that's how we meet. So you're like an engineer, so you're probably coming in to replace someone a little higher than me, even though you've been into jail, and I'm a respectable petty officer, second class.
I think I can work with that like a lot myself.
I feel like you should be coming, Adam. Your character should be the one that's the new arrival.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the replacement.
We'll start off the scenario with Adam being.
Maybe your contact should be like, because why the fuck were you hired? There's like no reason. Maybe you should.
He's got lots of good skills.
He's skilled enough, but he's someone who got kicked out of the Naval Academy, went to jail, and then worked at assembly line somewhere making can openers. So maybe like your contact is someone in this company, you know what I mean? Instead of Tommy Two Fingers.
Or he's a relative to somebody important.
Yeah.
I'm still getting like this is just like it can be funded by a big company. It feels sort of like it would be more of a startup or something, like an experiment.
Yeah. I would say it's a large
have, like-
company, private investors involved, that sort of thing. Each, putting in a certain amount of money, all wanting a certain thing out of this experiment to go hopefully right in, in them making more money in the future. That sort of
How
thing.
about we have like a couple of these like major investor mega corporations, and like the guy who's running the ship, he's kind of done the fundraising, but these like major corporations have these representatives on board
Yeah,
that
definitely.
like are ensuring their interests.
Okay, sounds good.
So kind of like adds a little power
And
dynamic.
I would like to give you little, possible venues to go through, um, possible pre-negotiations that we could kind of make before we play the game with different companies. So if you want to kind of silently do that with me, have some sort of, reminiscing with certain companies on board the ship, see what goals are. Maybe something comes up that, you might be interested in. I could present things like that into it by the investors as you're on the ship, kind of thing. Yeah. Of course, with your
quests,
with your rank, Phil, you'll probably know what some assignments will be made, and you may have to do some assignments, assigning people to assignments. Which,
the reason I left the Navy is because I was working for like a private contractor, side by side, and they're like, "I could pay you like triple what you're getting. Come on."
There you go. Sounds like a good in for this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm down with that.
Oh, Phil.
So I'll definitely talk to you about my connection to the Wayland Yutani.
Or whatever they're called. Yeah, I'll give you I'll give you a list. I'll write down a list of companies that are involved and utilize this.
Yeah. Be like, hey, this new guy with the one arm? I don't trust it.
Yeah, that sort of stuff.
I know some things about him.
Adam's gonna have a tough life in this game. He's gonna know the wrath of Phil DeVille.
Oh yeah, bringing it back.
It's a space Phil DeVille. Yeah, all kinds of.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and I want to give you guys a lot of opportunity for that kind of interaction with.
That sounds fun, but we're not the captain.
Right? No, you're not. But you're part of the cog of this machine, of this thing. Yeah. You can make things happen in your own little, part of the ship.
Love that. Right on. I'm down now.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
Is that private enough for you, Adam? As far as like, when I say private, I mean small scale, entrepreneurial enough for you.
Oh yeah. The 40. If we're still at like 40 people, of course.
Maybe.
Want to get into this? Do we have the unionized crew?
No, we're frontier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're frontier people.
All right. Okay. So if you can get the basics of everything on your character sheet down and send me a copy, and we'll divvy up some time to go back and forth on Discord.
Another tone I'm thinking about that I would like to emulate is Abyss, like that crew.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And that kind of like tech, sort of everything's kind of cramped, like a sub, but get through stuff. Anyways.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, and yeah, we'll I'll make up some like some quick NPCs within the next couple of days, and I'll kind of give you a sense of maybe a couple of people that you already know on board for Phil, and for Adam's character, we'll figure out the prison link person that you are connected to, your ally, and maybe we'll work on that and how it relates to what your goals will be on this scientific ship, and possibly how you integrate into this whole thing, Adam.
Good. And
Are we gonna? We're kind of enemies still, huh?
yeah.
This is kind of cool.
You can still
I'm really curious as to what your secret connection is. Adam.
Yeah.
I'm happy
Me
to find
too.
that out and play, obviously.
And what, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, how long is this job? You know, like we sign up to go on a job on a ship. Is this like a year? We live here basically on the ship.
say it's we'll do like a 1 year term. Is that like a contract for 1 year
Season 1.
kind of idea?
I'm gonna do 2 years minimum for me.
Okay.
I had to sign up for it.
I'd probably get kicked out before the first year's over.
Yeah, you're probably on more of a probationary.
On the injured list within the first week.
It depends how your P test goes. Your monthly analysis.
All right, and I'll figure out some kind of personality ideas for some characters on board the ship, but I won't go too crazy because you know me, I'll make things happen. And
yeah, I am going to try. How do you feel about 4Ding NPCs, Rick? Because last time I was playing a travel game with you, I made a whole crew of idiots.
Let's.
I feel like I should avoid it.
Yeah, let's not. Okay, let me handle all the NPC stuff, the initial description. Okay, and like don't impose what my NPCs do and stuff like that. Of course, you know.
I agree
and of course,
accept.
I will not touch your players' characters at all.
Unless it's non-consensually, then you're of course allowed to as game master.
Well, thank you for that little note of
Yeah, you might want to write that down.
Yeah. I'll put that on my notes. Thank you. See, red flag on Phil.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Just another X next to my name. Strike 3.
All right. I guess known aliens, bugs, that kind of stuff. Bug hunt bugs.
Are we putting aliens in this?
You want to is aliens?
I mean, this is a
thing?
Shadows of the Stars.
Yeah,
canonical. Is it in there?
There's lots of humans out here. That's for sure.
There sure is. Yeah. I'll leave that up to you.
Okay.
So, okay. Maybe just rumors right now.
Sounds good. Yeah. Or possibly it was
It's up to you.
us from a long time ago,
Ah.
and we lost all our technology and rose back up again, and then we lost it again, and you know, there's little segments out in the stars and stuff. It could be that, you know, you never know. Could be
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Could be all kinds of stuff. We'll find out, I guess, when we play it out.
Was it Atlanteans?
All that we're gonna know for sure is there's a black hole. We have a crew going towards it. We're gonna be doing a bunch of experiments, And if you have if Phil, if you have an idea or two of a cool experiment to do on a black hole, it might be your calling to go ahead and implement a plan to do that as well. So I'm sure you can.
I'm too stupid. My character is, anyways. My character's too stupid to do stuff like that. He's just a wrench jockey.
Okay.
Just
Yeah, there we go. It'd be nice to get an egg back to the company. Of course. Yeah. Easy peasy. Stick it in the cage. Yeah. Bring it over.
Ziploc bag.
Ziploc bag.
Big Ziploc.
Alrighty. Let's see. Any other questions that we could bring up on this? Trying to think of anything I should ask you guys about.
Same time. Right.
Same time's good.
Monday.
And this next Monday when it comes up, how long do you think our session should be each time?
That sweet 2 to 3 hour range.
2 to 3 hours. Okay. I'll definitely go for 2 hours. Okay.
Okay. If
you
you need to 1.5 hours, that's fine too.
Yeah, I'm done or whatever.
Yeah, we should be able to get a lot done anyways within, I usually try to get quite a bit done within an hour and a half at least. So
I'm not in a rush to make it a one shot either. Like,
we'll do this as a continuation. What will we do about potentially new players coming in if we get some guys that may want to join in? We continue on with the same sort of situation and entail them into the whatever we're doing at the time.
it's hard for me to say because I don't know what the hell's about to happen.
I know. But I think we'll leave. I want to leave it open so that we can have some new players come in, pop in every once in a while.
Any new player could potentially be an agent of these mega corporations coming to make sure everything's going according to plan.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. I mean, it leaves a lot open for a lot of new people to come in. So that's what I.
And I got that pirate floating around out there somewhere. Who knows where he is?
That's right. We could introduce all kinds of things from our past, games as well into this. Be easy to do. See what else is being mentioned here. Yeah, you can always have something. Yeah, something like that occurs. You're going to be playing flawed characters no matter what, right? You probably have some sort of quirk to your nature. Obviously, all that prison time has probably done drastic things to your psyche, Adam. Like for your character, my God, all the trauma he's gone into, and
remember that time you got your arm crushed in prison?
Remember when I accidentally killed somebody in the Naval Academy? Jeez. So much for that starry-eyed scientist I was ready to play.
He's really different.
Goodbye. I'll do him next time.
I know it's Traveler's one of those games that you can't exactly even when I give you all the ability to pick what skills you take every turn, you're still not gonna end up with it's just the fate of your character can just turn on a dime, or it could be an easy run just like Phil's character. It's like, wow.
Just put in your time in the Navy.
Feel her clatter.
Listen, I had to rat out a lot of people to get where I am.
That's right. I mean, that's part of your character now. It's stuff to think about.
Yeah. People probably shouldn't trust me very much.
Well, we'll see how that
Secrets.
we'll see how that plays out in whatever happens, whatever I make happen. I've got all kinds of ideas right now going through my head.
That's
So
awesome.
All right.
I'm excited. I'm excited to
Okay.
play another game with you as the GM, Rick. I missed you.
Okay, thanks, man. Thanks. Alrighty. Yeah, and if you want to look back at some of the games that I've played before, or take for example my training sessions, because I really leave my training sessions open to 4D, so just to get a sense of how open I can be.
Mhm.
But like I say, I'll take care of all the NPC and kind of stuff. When it comes to your character, describing your character and all that stuff, sure, all the way through. You always say the I, do the blah blah blah. I want you to take care of anything that basically, if you're holding a gun, I want you to tell me where you're aiming, basically, each time, or what section of the body you're shooting at. If you're doing an aim, call for the aim shot. You won't get the aim shot until you're basically using your turn to do the aim. So I will definitely be giving you a boon, you'll be able to roll a third die and take the highest of the two, that sort of thing.
So that brings up another question, because I totally forgot the rules to Traveler.
Okay, so
I know it's a 2d6 plus a thing, but then you got like actions. Yeah, like you can take one major, one minor, or three minor. And I was looking at aim, and it's basically like you get +1 or something. Like you get a modifier +1, and it's a minor action.
Yeah. But
so it's a little different than what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the dodge.
Okay.
For indicating dodges and stuff like that, and I would rather keep us with one major action, like like for the combat kind of thing, right? Will be one major action. I would consider you dodging at all times except for when you're in a situation where you're surprised. Okay, your initial you won't be considered dodging. You'll be considered an object that would be hit with a 6 or higher, basically.
What's dodging?
Dodging is a thing that you can do while in combat, but when you're in combat, you're always technically dodging, right? You're consistently moving unless you state that you are aiming. Of course, you would have to be still for that and then concentrate on it and then take your shot. I'll give you a big bonus on that shot. Okay, you're doing the aiming. But also, if you're doing something that takes concentration, like you're there with a thing, you're trying to unlock the door, and you've got terminals on it. You're going working on it. You aren't considered dodging doing that. Those kinds of situations where you would naturally not be dodging, we'll take that in consideration. But when you've got people running around with a gun shooting and people dodging at the same time, they both neutralize each other out. So then it ends up being an 8 or higher to hit anyways. So I'm always looking at those ways to kind of shortcut combat so it makes a little bit more sense without having to add too many numbers to it. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Right. So when you dodge, here's dodging.
You'll always be considered dodging.
So you always apply your dex modifier or athletics dexterity to the attacker's attack roll. Okay.
That's why I need your character sheet so I can mark down your dex bonuses, so I know that off the cuff, all that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
I will always have that stuff written down on my end so that I know exactly what I need to hit you. Or you can always ask me what what that is in a in a off the cuff way out of the gameplay.
Oh, interesting. Okay. See, that's the reaction. Anyways. And if you do it raw, so you're saying that this isn't applying, but
No.
Raw is you take a -1 on your next set of actions if you do it. So, whatever.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And do we want to get that kind of
I don't. No, I don't.
No.
I haven't. I don't remember the rules of the Traveler. That's my thing. So then, when you take damage, you take away from like your physical skill.
So 3 physical skills. So 3 physical skills: strength, dexterity, and endurance. Okay. Mm-hmm. So when I roll damage, say I roll 1d6 for a blade, I jab you. It causes 3 points of damage. Now you can decide where those 3 points get taken off, but keep in mind, every time you're losing a point off of, like, say for example, Dex, your Dex is 6, and you lose a point, it goes down to 5, so you become at -1 suddenly when using Dex instead of -0. So
gotcha.
Keep that in mind. That's one of the reasons why I made one of my sheets one of my character sheets, so you can mark off how many circles you have, like how many points you have left, and as it goes down, it tells you what your die modifier will be changed as. So I have a sheet that does that for you, so it kind of helps you visualize what your bonuses are at any given moment. But,
Dean is saying that it takes your endurance first, and then you get to pick Dex or strength. Okay. All right, and then that stuff comes back at some point.
But you can also do the method of just taking it randomly off of your character. Would you rather have control off of which what stats it comes off of, or would you rather go with the endurance first and then pick Dex and strength?
I'm happy to stick with how it's supposed to be. I don't see any reason to.
Okay.
You know what? That's probably good.
Yeah, there's. I mean, a lot of times I'll go ahead and tell players, even to take all 12 dice, roll them all at once, and then pair off their dice, and get a character out of that instead of rolling them literally. That sort of stuff.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, there's different ways you can do it. I'm fine with any which way. So I just want you guys to play somewhat of a character that you can.
That you want.
Somewhat want. Yeah.
That you're pleased with. Yeah. Okay. So when you like go to sleep or whatever, you get the stuff back.
Yeah, you will get points back. Yes.
Okay.
I will.
Some medical attention, maybe.
I will. Yeah, I will figure out some different things for different medical kinds of whatever we're gonna have for the our tech. I'll figure that out. I'll give a certain amount for utilizing drugs, that sort of stuff. Okay.
I ended up with Soch 8, guys. So
nice.
Whoa.
Better than kicking the pants.
Kind of a big deal. All right.
Alrighty. Yeah. Tommy Two. Yeah. No. Johnny Two Fingers. Yeah, Johnny. Alrighty. So any kind of discussion about your characters, let's keep that like a private kind of thing. Adam, you are friended to me already?
Friended, no, but we can make it happen.
Okay, yeah, we'll make it happen. We'll do it right now, actually. Here you are. I will add friend. There we go. Should be coming through. And Phil's already my friend.
Rick, When's the last time I DM'd you, Rick? I don't know.
Probably a long time
We're not
ago.
a DMing couple of guys, are we?
Yeah, we rarely message each other.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, last time we talked was back in 2024. Back in 06.
Back in that was a year ago.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's awesome. I don't know. Oh, there you are. Hey.
Okay. Yeah, so let's go with some back and forth over this week. And if you guys come up with some cool ideas and stuff, anything that I would figure would need to be kind of conferred between the two of you, we'll return it back to our main talk on our session in the Discord, and clear it up in there. Yeah, and just feel free to contact me anytime that you potentially see me on Discord, or just leave me a message. I will continually monitor the Discord for this week to make sure everything's cool.
Right on.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Good work, team.
Yeah, and so far, like Zonalar is saying, guys in their 30s with no women to speak of. Time to get a good gal from the ship, guys.
It's a mistake.
You never know. You never know what may happen in my games. So we'll see. I'll make it interesting.
Why don't you go out with Lunch Lady Doris? That's a good idea.
Pictures and stuff like that of your characters, that sort of thing. I guess we'll.
I'll come up with something.
Okay. If you're having troubles, I could run you through the something through Midjourney here, no problem, and get you an avatar set up.
I like when they all have the same art style. Okay,
yeah, we can do that. And if you have an idea of a face to grab onto that I could use in Midjourney or something like that, I'll definitely pull it from, just upload it onto the Discord into our little channel for our session, and I'll take it from there and give you some examples of what I can churn up for you. Okay.
Hey, does 20 grand get me a shitty arm?
It can.
I'd prefer to have an arm. I'd prefer to have two arms. Maybe I'm being picky.
No, you are not being picky. Augments. Let's see. Where are we here?
I just want like the lowest tech arm. I want it to be like metal with like a claw. Very hard to put pants on with this thing.
Grenades, weapons. Jeez, give me the.
I don't know why I'm asking you. I'm just
cybernetics here.
Is it equipment?
It's a core collection. Armor first. Augments. Where is the cybernetic stuff? Communication.
What's augments?
Okay, how much money do you have? What was that?
20,000, I think.
20,000?
Oh, maybe it's 10,000. I think I'm cheating. It's 10,000.
Oh yeah, 10,000. Correct. You got 2 rolls of $5,000 each. Correct.
Yeah, that's what I ended up getting. Is it under augments or is it somewhere else?
I didn't see it on the augments. I'm looking through the rest of them here to see if there's. Yeah, that's weird. Doesn't have that. That's software.
Isn't it just 106? You just pick whatever characteristic you lost and bump it back up. Like if you lost dexterity when you lost your limb, you have to pay.
Yeah. All right, for what was the reduction that you took off of that when you got killed? Hurt, I should say. Strength. So if you want, you bring back your strength by 1. It's going to cost 500,000 credits.
Okay, well, we'll work on that. Work on that one. Yeah. Okay. What if I don't want to bring it back to 1? What if I want to bring it strength plus 0? Just to have thumbs again.
Just to have thumbs. Just to have a functioning, unit.
I don't want it to work at all.
Do most traveler parties start with a lot of missing limbs?
Not really. I mean, occasionally you'll get the person that gets some sort of damage to them, but they can end up fixing it back if they're in the careers for a long enough time. Yeah. I mean, I've seen some people go through all kinds of different horrible things in character creation, and yet come back with a functioning character. Might have a couple of maybe it might have a physical characteristic that reaches down to like a 4 or something like that.
I should have done this. Okay, I found something. Basically, under the injury table, if you have been injured, then medical care may be able to undo the effects of the damage.
That is true, yes.
Regardless of technique, okay. Medical care is expensive. If you were injured in the service of an organization, then a portion of your medical care can be paid for. Roll 2D. Okay, well, I was in the Marines there. I'm going to add my rank as a DM. So that'd be +3. You ready for this roll?
Okay.
Damn you. So they paid for 75% of it.
So that would leave you
how much it costs.
So 20. So if you wanted
restoration of a lost characteristic costs CR 5,000 per point.
5,000 per point.
That's what it says under medical care.
Really? Okay, injuries here, medical care.
I think I lost 2.
So 2 points.
Yeah, so it'd be 10,000.
So 10,000.
They're paying for 75%, so I'm going to have 2,500 I'm spending. Yep. That seems better than 500,000.
I thought we were going to be limbless buddies together.
No.
Yeah.
No. It still has like a jank arm. Like it's not a real arm.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Prosthetic. Just a standard prosthetic.
But this, at the bottom of the example, says, so this guy's got his limb regrown at a hospital, and then he just starts the game with a debt to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't...
Well, technology...
So I can just start the game with the debt?
Depending on the technology and stuff like that, and the availability of some of this stuff, the care, it would depend on the situation that you're playing in the game, in the technology, the certain planet that you're on, depending on whether it's allowed,
You can start the game with debt and money.
Yeah. Definitely, you can start the game with heavy debt as well. I've had people owe
Especially with the
millions with a ship, and now you're
yeah.
paying bills, and you got to figure out how to pay all your bills on your ship and keep it. And
Yeah, that's almost standard.
Okay.
Also with the anti-aging meds.
Yep.
So
and
I will be doing that.
Let's see, your injury was in. Oh yeah, yours was in the Navy when you got injured. Let's go ahead and see whether or not you can do something for your medical care.
Me?
How much money?
Oh, he was in jail.
Mine was in prison. I was in prison.
Yeah,
but you can still do it.
You were in the Navy at first. Well, what you were going through the Navy through the college. So
Before they sent him to jail.
This in the Navy was going to jail. I killed somebody else or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it private. I don't want Phil to know. When I show up, maybe I have an arm, maybe I don't.
Okay. We can discuss this on the offhand if you want to make that a known to me. How you do that?
I don't think he would know anyway unless he was keeping tabs on me as part of his. I don't know how
care
much
even a little bit about
his victims. He's probably got a whole slew of victims.
He's pretty good at non-mediting a bunch of stuff.
I was pretty happy when you went to jail, actually.
He's in cahoots with the prison.
I sent you there.
Fill him up.
Promotion. So.
Alrighty, let's close
I sleep
off.
like a baby.
Yeah, He can be the most sinister character, and he can go back to bed and kiss his child goodnight and do all those things and feel nothing about it.
I usually people say that, but it's just a misunderstood character. Really.
Yeah.
He's usually right. This man. Anyways.
Alrighty. Alright. So that'll be it for today. And I guess we'll go ahead and start chatting it up in privates and see what we can bring up in the next few days. Alright?
All right.
Thanks for running game, Rick.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
Thank you, Phil the Thrill. Thank you, Adam. And I, of course, am your game master, Rick. Everybody that showed up and gave us their 2 bits about the lunch lady and the ship nurse. Appreciate you for all your input. I enjoy it. And it was so much fun too. Thank you, Zonalar, for your input. And everybody else. LSG Dean, and everybody else that said stuff, including Mr. Max, who showed up there for a little bit. Thank you, guys. And you guys have a good night, and we'll see you next week.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
Take care.